ought to be home by sundown.
I'm glad that chore's over.
I don't know. There's worse things than a 15-day cattle drive.
What?
16-day cattle drive.
You gotta admit, you do get to thinking and feeling sort of like a steer, don't you?
Yeah, I'm glad you finally admitted it.
Well, here's where I'll leave you fellers.
What? Oh, now, tell me you're going to go over and see that Bessie Sue before you even get home.
I promised Mr. Hightower I was going to come by there and take a look at that new bull of his.
I just hope you don't get the two of them mixed up.
No, he couldn't do that. Bessie Sue's the one with the blue eyes.
Just because the gal's a nice arm load.
Nice armful. There aren't 6 men in the territory with that long a reach.
Well, you tell Paul I'll be home later anyhow, you hear?
Right. Good luck. Oh, you know, it's going to be good to get home and get some rest.
Yeah, I almost forgot what soft bed and good food are like. Let's go.
Maybe he ain't home, Teague.
He's home. I spotted some smoke coming out of the chimney when we first got here.
And where there's smoke, there's an old man and his gold, huh? Huh, Teague? Except maybe all them stories about the gold ain't true.
Macy says it's there, all right.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's take him.
Macy's not sure he's alone.
Macy's too bossy. Besides, we ain't gonna find out sitting up here.
And I ain't gonna find out by letting him shoot at me. Go ahead if you want to.
Macy wants to talk to somebody.
Go ahead.
Why me?
Because you got feet like a mountain goat. Go on.
I ain't going unless you do.
All right, you knucklehead. Come on.
What's up, Macy? Look down yonder.
Oh, where have you been, Billy boy, Billy boy? Oh, where have you been, charming Billy?
You reckon he's coming here?
The trail goes right by the cabin.
Where have you been, charming Billy?
We better decide what to do real quick.
No sense in asking for trouble. We'll just keep out of sight.
But what if he's come to see the old man?
We're the only company we intend for that old man to have.
Maybe he'll go on by.
But what if he don't?
I'm against taking chances. We'll kill him. Take him.
Well, it's Jim by Jim, Billy boy, Billy boy. Thanks a lot, mister. I'm much obliged.
What for?
Now, wait a minute. You don't think I'm one of them?
Ain't got no reason yet to think otherwise.
Dad burn it, they tried to kill me, too.
Could have been a trick to get you in here.
Now, wait a minute. I ain't got nothing to do with them fellers. I don't know who they are even. I'm from the Ponderosa. My name's Hoss Cartwright.
Walter. Fella here says he's a Mr. Cartwright. Well, did you see that?
See what?
The way Walter took to you.
He did?
Yes, sir. I never seen anything like the way he took to you. You'll have to excuse Walter for not getting up. He's had a hard day.
Yeah, that's all right.
Make yourself to home. I bet you could use a drink.
Yeah, I could, but what are we gonna do about them fellas out there?
Oh, Walter will warn us if they try to start anything. Nothing to worry about, not a thing.
You had a clear shot at him and you missed.
I didn't see neither one of you hitting him when you had the chance.
Wasn't much chance, the way that old man had us pinned down.
I thought you said he was a prospector.
He is.
Sure knows how to handle a gun. Well, ain't gonna do no good to sit here and fret about it.
This way so he knows what we're up against now.
Yeah, 2 of them.
And there's supposed to be 3 of us.
You making me out a coward? Yeah!
What are you 2 trying to do?
He's saying I'm yellow, Macy.
And I'm saying you're both loony.
This ain't no concern of yours, Macy.
Now, you listen to me. You 2 want to kill each other, I ain't about to stop it. All I'm asking is you wait till we lift that gold from the old man. Or maybe you 2 knuckleheads don't want that gold.
I can wait.
How'd I know he'll keep his word?
Because he's just as greedy as you are.
Not often I get to share my whiskey. Walter don't drink.
You don't like the taste of whiskey, huh?
Oh, he don't mind the taste. It just seems it don't do much for him. It makes him sleepy.
Look, Mr.
Obie's the name.
Obie, who are them fellers?
Oh, I got no earthly notion.
Well, what are they after? What do they want?
Well, I ain't sure. But my guess is they're figuring on robbing me.
Well, if they're gonna do that, how come they ain't moved in? There's 3 of them, ain't but 1 of you.
Well, that's what they don't know. The way Walter figured it,
Walter?
oh, no getting around it. That Walter is clever. It no sooner showed up than Walter figured out he's up to no good, so we'd best lay low.
That's pretty good figuring.
Walter figured he wouldn't jump us before dark. Now they know there's only 2 of us. My guess is they ain't gonna wait.
Dad, burn it. Bessie Sue ain't gonna never believe this.
Well, sure glad to have you fellas back. Not half as glad as we are to be back. How'd things go? Any sign of herd cutters?
Yeah, we had one gang follow us for a little while. We discouraged them.
Oh, good. Well, what about the buy from St. Louis?
He was there, ready to pay the price.
Well.
Things couldn't have gone better.
Good. Where's Hoss?
He won't be along for a little time yet. He decided to stop over at the Hightower place.
Oh, good. I'm glad he did. I've been meaning to. drop over myself and see that new bull. If he's anything half as valuable as Jim Hightower says he is, he ought to be something to see.
Yeah, well, I don't think the bull was the reason. I think Hoss is just trying to get a little better look at that Bessie Sue.
What about it?
He's sweet on her.
Oh. Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Turns red every time we mention her.
Of course, that doesn't mean much with Hoss. He turns red every time we mention any girl.
Well, that's his problem. All I want is some food and a nice soft bed.
Yeah, wait a minute. Look, we got a lot of things to do, and that's why I'm very glad to see you back. There's that fence to be fixed in the north pasture. Still a lot of hay to be hauled, and I want to get started on that new well right away.
What was it you said about getting back for a rest?
Wishful thinking.
Oh, not at all. Why? Supper will be ready in a couple of minutes. Then you won't have a thing to do till sunup.
Oh.
Now, that was a bonehead move.
Obie, we gotta do something.
Walter used to make the same mistake.
Walter play checkers?
Well, not very good. I could beat him a lot more than I do, but I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Look, Obie, we can't just sit here.
Go ahead, it's your move. You're sure not much of a player, boy.
Dad Bernard, what do you expect with them Jaspers up there in the hills just waiting to pounce down here on us?
We might as well be here playing checkers and stewing over it. Besides, I told you Walter'd warn us.
I just don't seem to have as much confidence in Walter as you do.
Oh, why on the earth not?
Well, he don't seem very alert to me.
Well, that's because Walter's deep. Real deep.
Hey, maybe it'd be all right if just one of us stood there at the window, huh?
Well, and hurt Walter's feelings?
How do you know he'd mind?
Well, you got to understand Walter to appreciate how sensitive he is.
Well, I hope he appreciates how sensitive I am to bullets. Your move.
You ready? Yeah. Let's go get him.
Fellers act mighty bound and determined.
Yeah, well, they ain't no more bound and determined than I am, I'll guarantee you.
And they're mighty sly, too. Staying behind them rocks. Can't get a good shot at them.
Sure wish I could figure out what they're after. It ain't ammunition, they got plenty of that. Couldn't be grub, them hills is full of game. Obie, you ain't feuding with nobody, are you?
Me and Walter ain't well enough acquainted with nobody to feud.
How about horses? You got any horses?
Nope.
You run any cattle?
Nope.
Dadgummit, it beats all.
It must be about supper time. I sure am getting hungry.
I've been trying not to think about it.
There's one thing I'm against, it's being hungry. Me and Walter feel mighty strong on that.
You and Walter and me. But what about them?
Let them get their own grub. Carrying on, shooting.
What are you figuring on doing, holding out a white flag while we eat supper?
It's time to use my surprise.
What are you planning?
I'm gonna make sure I don't go to glory on an empty stomach. You stay here and shoot steady for a minute.
Tarnation was that?
Dynamite. Look here, cooked this morning. Sure am hungry. Dig in, boy.
Boy, oh boy. They sure do look good.
What's the matter, boy? Mind too much spice in the beans? Here, take some bread. Had me worried there for a minute. You all right now? That choking made me think maybe I put a speck too much seasoning in the beans. Just like we always fix them. Sure good, ain't it? Me and Walter like some flavors. Be careful, that coffee may be hot. You had a hard day, boy. Don't you worry, you'll get your appetite back. You got to eat, boy. Need your strength. Every bite to get better, don't it?
I went through the whole Mexican War, and I never got hurt like this. When I get through with them two fellas, they're gonna wish they killed me outright.
My head feels like one of them rocks with a bad crack in it.
Hurry up with the grub.
Well, you'll wait or you'll eat it raw.
Don't you two ever stop jawing at each other?
Well, what does he expect me to do? Magic?
It don't take magic to rustle up little grub.
How'd you like a little poison in yours?
Believe me, in your cooking it wouldn't taste no different. Oh, quit low-rating him. Oh, let him... I said shut up!
I reckon it's done.
I think that we might as well forget this job.
We could have robbed the biggest bank in the West with a whole lot less trouble.
Yeah. But I don't like quitting on it. I don't need it. I sure ain't eager for any more surprises like that rock shower we had.
Hey, you don't suppose he's got any more of that dynamite buried around here, do you?
I don't know. And right now, I don't feel too anxious to find out.
Ain't that the truth? Old Coot, that loony ain't likely to have much gold anyways.
We're not only gonna get that gold, we're gonna pay him back for these bruises they gave us. I'll take the first watch. See if they don't slip out in the dark.
What'd you do that for?
Cover up them windows so we can have some light. Play a little checkers.
Obie, we can't play checkers. We gotta keep guard every minute.
You're forgetting Walter.
Let me ask you something. A lot of people use this trail by here?
Oh, it's pretty well traveled.
Yeah? When was the last time somebody came by?
Well, it's real recent, not more than 2 or 3 months ago. You want the red or the black?
I gotta figure out some way to get out of here alive. Shh. What's the matter?
You'll upset Walter.
How am I gonna upset Walter?
Talking about getting killed.
We talked about it all afternoon.
I know, but Walter figured you was joking. You keep on talking about it and he'll think you're serious.
I am serious. What's all the big secret? What does Walter think all that shooting was about anyhow?
Well,
he figures we're about to get robbed.
They gotta kill us to rob us, ain't they? Shh. What's the matter now?
I told you, talking about killing upsets Walter.
Well, he can't hear me.
I know, but he reads lips.
I'll take the black.
I don't see no sense in waiting around here till morning.
You heard what Macy said.
It would be a lot easier to sneak up in that cabin at night.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go down there and take a little closer look.
I don't trust you. I'll go with you.
You got the makings of a real player, boy. Just got to pay closer attention.
How am I supposed to pay attention when I'm worried sick?
I never saw a young boy fret so. You stay around Walter more and you'll have faith. Walter's got a little plan.
See anything?
See anything? What do I look like, an owl? Shut up and follow me.
Hey, what was that?
Wild animal trap. Thought Walter'd clear out of his head when he wanted to build that.
Now, why didn't you watch where you were going?
You pushed me.
I never did. I didn't touch you. What was that for?
That was for that gal in Wichita. When I bought all the drinks and you danced with her.
That was 5 years ago.
I don't care. I still don't like it.
She was no good anyway.
I still don't like it.
5 years. 5 years. 5 years.
How many times I gotta tell you lunkheads this robbery is serious business?
Yeah.
Dad, Barnett. Wonder what they're so all-fired anxious to get.
Gold.
Gold?
Me and Walter's prospectors.
You ain't never struck no pay dirt, have you?
We struck a nice little vein a while back.
You keep it in this cabin?
Well, that's a fool question. Now, where else would I keep it?
Where's it at?
Well, here's a little poke here, steadying the table leg. Walter likes to rest his head on some. Some up there on his shelf, a few over there in the wood box.
Obie, how much of the stuff you got?
Well, now, me and Walter ain't reckoned it up lately, but I'd say offhand about 25 or 30,000.
Oh, no.
Whatever's the matter?
Obie, don't you understand? Them fellers are gonna stay out there till they get their hands on this gold, no matter what.
Well, maybe they will, but sometimes plans don't always work out.
Well, that's fine, but what are we gonna do?
I'll tell you. You take the red for a while, and I'll take the black.
Somebody right outside.
What got him?
Bear trap. Had some old bear traps I was going to throw away, and water wouldn't let me. So planted about 5 of them under the cabin, just in case some smarty bitches got the idea to burn us out.
Walter thought of that?
Yeah. Ain't he a caution?
Wake up! Mason's gone. What do you mean, gone?
He ain't here, stupid. Bet he figured out how to get that gold himself.
His horse and things are still here.
Of course. Macy's smart. He thinks that's gonna stop us from following him.
Oh, he does he? Well, he ain't gonna get away with it. Let's go.
Go ahead, you first.
No. You first.
No, I ain't gonna argue with you.
And I ain't gonna have you following me in the dark with a rifle pointing at my back.
Well, you...
What's the matter with you, two knuckle? Cut it out! I leave you two bird brains alone for a minute. Get this bear trap off of me!
Mason, we thought you were off on us.
Yeah, we figured you was taking the old man's gold for yourself.
So you gotta get sore at me and decide to fight yourself.
No, it's just that Willard here didn't have the brains enough to understand something.
I ain't got no brains. It's you that could not smother
Cut
chicken.
it out, will ya?
Jeez, Mason, how'd you get tangled up in this thing?
Figured I'd start a fire and smoke him out.
With a bear trap?
Oh.
Hey, you help him with that, will it?
I tell you, one of them fellas down there, either that big one or the old man, got an evil mind. I swear, I don't care about that gold anymore. I'm gonna kill him. So help me, I'm gonna kill him. A mind like that shouldn't be allowed to live. Easy, easy, easy. Boss didn't come home last night?
Yeah, I looked in his room.
Well, Pa's gonna have his high when he finds out he didn't spend the night in the house.
Well, maybe if we don't tell him, he won't find out.
Yeah, we better get over to Hightower's place and get him back here quick. Must be some bull, huh?
I think we better take a closer look at Bessie Sue.
You take a closer look. I can tell she's a girl from way over here just by the way she wears her clothes.
Oh, very good.
Well, good morning, gentlemen. How's everybody this morning?
Fine, Pa.
Good. Say, do you know Hoss didn't sleep here last night?
Well, how do you know that?
Well, I walked into his room, and the bed hadn't been slept in.
Well, that must be it, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were thinking about riding over to the Hightowers and check on him.
Good. Now, I know he has a good reason for not coming in last night, but still, mightn't do any harm to check. I'm riding into town. Why don't you meet me there after you do? Oh, and give my very best regards to Jim and to Bessie Sue.
You know, he wasn't even mad at us.
I think he has more faith in him than we do.
Now, what do you mean?
Well, how would you like to have Bessie Sue as a sister-in-law?
Come on, will you? Us wouldn't do that to us. Would he?
He would.
What do you think you're doing?
I was just gonna shoot him in the eye.
Yeah? Which one?
The left one.
I don't know which is more dangerous. You or them fellas in the car.
Why don't you shut up? Let's see what these fellas are gonna do.
Must have dropped off.
He's sleeping real sound.
How long's it been daylight?
Quite a spell.
Obie, you should have woke me up.
Well, you plumb tuckered out.
Yeah, but it ain't fair for you to have to do all the watching.
Me and Walter's proud to do it. In fact, Walter's got a high opinion of the way you've been handling this ruckus. And I got to say that I agree with you.
Anything new?
Well, Walter woke up with a little headache.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Walter woke up with a headache?
Well, he feels fine now. Walter's got a wonderful constitution. Of course, he's always taking real good care of himself.
Yeah, well, that always helps. Hey, Obie. Obie. You reckon them polecats are still out there?
Well, more than likely.
Dad, Burnett, I wish I could figure out some way to get us out of here without going right by them. Hey, Obie, what happened if we busted out some of these boards and went out the back way?
Wouldn't do any good right up against the mountain. That's why me and Walter built it like that, so nobody could sneak up behind us.
Hey, what about a tunnel? What if we dug a tunnel?
Ground's like rock. Come to think of it, it's pretty near all rock.
Dad, Burnett, Obie, we gotta do something.
Well, I don't know what it might be. But there's no use to worry now. You can see Walter ain't worrying. He's playing.
He's playing? What's he playing? Dead?
No, he hardly ever plays dead unless he's real tired. He's playing he's paralyzed.
Oh,
How about some breakfast?
yeah, I'm starving to death.
I think you would be after that little dab of supper last night. Sit down.
Beans?
Yeah, and plenty of them. I generally cook up a batch to last a week. But there's just us, by golly, we can have some good eating 3 or 4 days.
Obie, is beans all you ever eat?
Well, we have a little fish and game now and then. But me and Walter figure as long as we don't have to answer to nobody for what we eat, we might as well have what we like.
Yeah, I can't argue that.
I'll declare, boy. As finicky as you are about eating, I don't see how you ever got to be your size.
Now, what'd you do that for?
We don't need a fire.
Well, you know some other way to get hot coffee?
We ain't gonna have no hot coffee, so forget it for a while. I got an idea.
I'm listening.
All right. We ain't had any luck getting anyways near close to that cabin, have we?
Not so far.
Well, we ain't likely to as long as we keep putting up an open fight. Somebody down there seems to know where we are before we get there.
Ain't that the truth?
We're gonna try a new tack. We're gonna give up.
Give up?
Give up?
Leastwise, that's what we're gonna make them think.
I don't know, Macy. Why don't we just rush them and get it over with?
Depends on what you want to get over, Tig. I don't know anybody yet that's had any luck rushing a bullet.
Maybe Tig here figures he's the one to do it.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Half share instead of a third.
There wouldn't be nobody would have to force it on me.
What's your plan?
Well, I figure we don't do nothing. We stay right here as long as we don't light any fires or make any noise.
Then what?
Well, sooner or later, they're bound to step out of that cabin, and when they do...
Yeah. It'll be as easy as picking off buffalo. Huh?
Okay, Macy. On one condition.
What?
You and me do the shooting.
All right.
Boy, you're getting better every time.
God burn it.
See anything?
Not a thing. I can't figure it, Obie. I never figured them to give up, and I ain't seen a fire or nothing out there all morning.
Well, they ain't giving up.
Well, how come they ain't shot at us?
Well, like I said, Walter figured.
Ain't you ever known Walter to be wrong?
Well, not that I recollect offhand.
If he's so dang good at figuring, how come he ain't figured out some way to get us out of here?
Well, Walter don't claim to know everything.
Wouldn't be in this jam in the first place if you and Walter if you'd put that money in the bank where it belongs.
Well, you could be right about that. It's your move.
Obie, how can you just sit there doing nothing?
Doing nothing, I'm doing 2 things. I'm keeping my mind on this game and keeping it off of everything else.
The least we can do is get ready for the attack when it does come. Let's get the rest of the ammunition out.
What ammunition?
The rest of the ammunition. Let's get it all out.
It is all out.
All out? You mean there ain't no more?
Well, we didn't figure we needed any more. Me and Walter don't hold to violence. No, sir. There's a lot to be said against it. It's your move, son.
Bessie Soup.
Oh, howdy, boys. It's good to see you.
Howdy, Bessie. Well, that looks like a pretty heavy timber.
On this little bitty thing, you toss them around all day long.
They told us up at the house we'd find you here. Do you know where Hoss is?
That's what I'd like to know.
Wasn't it your place last night?
I ain't seen hide nor hair of him, and we were supposed to make plans for the dance Saturday night. I've got a good mind to go with somebody else. Serve him right.
I'm taking Jenny.
Mary Ann.
I understand, boys. That's the trouble with being so popular. The timid ones never speak up for fear you're already spoke for.
Yes, that's true.
Did you say Hoss was coming to see me last night?
Well, we don't know. Was it either you or the bull?
The what?
What he means to say is that Hoss is the shy one.
You don't suppose that big moose could be double-dealing me with that little old Cindy Larson in town?
No. Oh, not that little old thing.
Oh, of course not. But we got to keep looking for him, so we'll see you later.
You tell Hoss when you see him that I'm expecting him to take me to the dance. And if he don't show up on time, I'm going to skin him with a dull knife.
Yes, ma'am. We'll tell him.
Well, see you at the dance.
Suppose she's right about Cindy Larson.
Cindy ain't half the girl Bessie Sue is.
What girl is? Listen, we got to stop in town to see Pa anyway. Why don't we check by Cindy and ask if she's seen him?
If she has, and Bessie Sue finds out about it, Hoss ain't gonna be in shape to dance for a month.
How about a drink?
No, thanks.
Might pass the time a little.
Don't make it help much.
Can't hurt. Opposed to whiskey of a morning?
No, it ain't that.
Does your wife object to drinking?
I ain't got a wife.
You ain't feeling up to snuff, are you?
I feel fine. You go ahead and have one if you want it.
Oh, I don't take any pleasure drinking alone.
All right, I'll have one with you then.
Of course, there's ways to fool a wife. I knew a fellow once. He's a regular devil. Drank hard liquor every day. He's always careful to chew on a clove. His wife thought he just had a fondness for cloves.
Well, here's luck.
Me and Walter will go along with that.
It's your move.
Surprised a nice boy like you ain't got a wife.
You ain't got a wife.
I know. Don't need one. I got Walter.
Yeah, he's a real lively companion, he is.
Ain't he, though?
Come it, Obie, I can't stand another minute of this.
Why, whatever's the matter, boy?
I can't just sit here and wait for them fellers to come down here and pounce on us whenever they get ready. I gotta do something.
Well, you think of something, we'll both do it.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna bust out of this back wall. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, I told you can't go anywhere, smack up against a mountain like that.
Yeah, but if we can make them think there's a place to go and they think we've gone, then they gotta come in here to find out which way we went, ain't they?
Well, sounds likely.
Only we're gonna be waiting right here for them. Get over behind that door. Come on. What are you doing?
Them fellas been so anxious to get close to this goal, I mean to oblige them. All right, we're pulling out. You're welcome to the place.
What do you reckon that meant?
You reckon it'll work?
Already did.
How can you tell? I don't hear nothing.
Look at Walter. He ain't been this excited since he was a puppy.
Well, I'll be dead bird. He's opening his eyes.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
The door's wide open. They're gone. gone? Where could they go?
This is mining country. That shack could have been built over an old tunnel.
Yeah, it could also be some kind of a trap again. Don't you forget, one of them fellas in there's got a real evil mind.
What if he has? I'm getting tired of sitting around here. What are we gonna do?
Yeah. What are we gonna do?
All right, it's against my better judgment, but let's go take a chance.
Hi, Ginger. Ain't had so much fun in 30 years. Looks like Walter enjoyed it too.
Yeah? Look at him. Nerves of steel, ain't he? So I want to press charges against these fellas, Sheriff.
What kind of charges?
Robbery.
Robbery? What'd they steal?
They stole Obie's gold, that's what.
What gold? Yeah. What gold?
Hoss, they don't seem to have any gold.
Yeah, well, maybe they didn't steal it, but they jumped us and tried to kill us.
They did?
They sure did. They gave old Obie and Walter and me a real bad time.
They did?
Oh, Sheriff, you got eyes. Now, I ask you, who do you figure tried to kill who?
Ah, Sheriff. Sheriff, you got the makings of a good player, boy. You just gotta pay closer attention, that's all.
Boss?
Oh, hi, Paul.
Well, Sheriff told us to find you in here. He says he's holding you and some strangers till he gets to the bottom of this. Son, the bottom of what?
Now, it's a long story, Paul. Ain't nothing to worry about, though.
Now, well, you better start worrying. You're gonna be a lot of trouble if you're not out in time to take Bessie Sue to that dance Saturday night.
She said something about skinning you with a dull knife.
Ain't nothing to fret about, Hoss.
Oh, it ain't?
That's right. Obie's right. Old Walter will think of something.